So I had a viewer message me, and they noticed that my driver information center has 5 buttons, and theirs only has 3. Basically, for the 2004 Grand Prix, the 5 button was only available on the competition package, GTP. Same with the 05, except for in 05, the GXP had this as a standard. From 06 and up, it was only available, I believe, on the GT. But it differs from the 3 button, whereas the 3 button has your basic road, your mileage, trip, and things like that. You've got your return or enter button, and then you have the information button, which allows you to set it up. For the 5 button, they added more information, and I'll demonstrate what all it does as far as your engine running time, different like oil pressure, and in this case supercharger PSI and so on. And then they also added the gas information, your range, instant mileage, things like that. So they added some extra stuff. Now what's interesting about this is that if you have a Grand Prix, an 04 or greater, and you only have the 3 button, you can actually add the 5 button without a problem. There's a lot of people that actually do this. In order to actually successfully do this, first of all, you're going to need an 04 plus 5 button D.I.C. Plus, you're going to need your dash cover here, the plastic piece that goes over so that it can accept the extra 2 buttons. Beyond that, that's really all you need. I see them on eBay a lot, so it's actually a pretty quick mod if you're looking to get that information, because the computer actually has all that information, but Pontiac just left it out, as it, they pretty much deemed that the base model and base GTP wasn't necessary to have, I guess. And so the extra selling point for the competition package and the GXP is obviously you get the 5 buttons. But anyway, I'll go ahead and demonstrate what it does. You get your Grand Prix wide track. You get some real basic information. Here's obviously the date. You get the compass, what gear you're in, basically park is what it's in right now, and the outside temperature. That's your very basic information. Now, for the gauge information, you of course get your engine hours, boost, that's available only in the supercharger, obviously. Your oil life, you can see here that it says I have 18% oil life remaining. I did not reset this. I didn't think about it, but I actually did not reset this the last time that I got my oil changed. So it's actually should be around 60%, because it's only been about 1,500 miles since I had my last oil change. So that's actually wrong, but I don't want to reset it now because then it would really be wrong. Transmission fluid temperature, since the car's off right now, it's a little cooler. And you get your battery, and back to engine hours. Now this button is actually standard for all of them. You get your basic mileage, your trip A and B, your average speed, so you get that. This time elapsed it's just a basic stopwatch. When you hit it, or you hit the enter button, it's basically a timer, so that if you're on a road trip or whatever, you want to know how long you've been gone, then you go back to mileage. And of course, like I said, the enter button is basically a return key or enter key. Then you got your basic setup information as well as the date. You can choose what language you want this in. If you want metric or standard. This actually controls your speedometer, in that right now it's set at miles per hour. If I were to change it to this to metric, you can see that it changes to kilometers per hour. And there's a lot of videos on YouTube of people doing this and claiming that they're going 130 down the highway or whatever, when they're actually not. It's just because they changed it to kilometers per hour. So take a look at that when you're actually watching those videos, and you'll see that it does make a difference. So then you get, this is a daytime enhancement. Now my camera actually won't record this display without this daytime enhancement off. Basically, and I'll show you here, the daytime enhancement actually changes the background to red. And you can see here, it's just because of my camera. My camera for some reason adjusts itself, but I have it off for this demonstration, but I usually have it on. So it's off here. And the engine, the engine monitor for the oil, like I said, I did not reset it. So, but as soon as you get your oil changed, then you obviously just reset it here. No big deal. Tire pressure monitor, I've had to reset this several times because I had a leaky tire, and I still have a slight leak. And it doesn't take much. It's usually about 5 pounds low, and it'll start telling you, and it's about 5 pounds low right now. And you got your compass calibration mode. I wouldn't mess with this because you got to drive in circles a bunch. Personal programming mode actually has other stuff, and I'll show you, like exterior lighting. This will actually, after you shut your car off, your fog lamps come on, and they'll stay on for 60 seconds is what I have it set for. And then same with the interior lights. After you close your door, the interior lights will actually stay on for about 10 to 15 seconds. And then this has to do with your key. Obviously, the lights come on when the key is removed. I have that set up for yes. Auto door lock, as soon as your car hits, I believe it's 5 miles per hour. Or when you go into reverse, it will it'll lock them for you. Same thing here, auto door unlock. As soon as I put it in park, all the locks will they will unlock, and I have it set for all. And this thing doesn't take very long before it goes back to what it was doing. Then you have the unlock. Obviously, I've got it set for park. You can do it when the key is pulled out. Delayed locking. I've never used that before. I don't really know what it does. And oh, actually, the delayed locking, excuse me, that's when you obviously put your car in drive. This is when you hit the lock on your key fob. And theft deterrent, well, I think it just controls that little itty bitty light up there. I'm not 100% sure. And this I'm not sure about either. And that, I don't know much about that either. I should probably get the owner's manual out and check that out, but I just haven't messed with it. So that's it for the setup personal programming mode. Let's go to this button here. I have 160 miles on this tank approximately. It's actually pretty accurate. I'm quite surprised. Depending on how I drive, it's pretty accurate. And my average economy is almost 20 miles per gallon. Like I said, I do a lot of city driving myself, and the previous person probably did too, so that's what I'm getting. And then you get your instant economy, and you're back to range. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully that answers some questions about that. Like I said, you can get these in they come in the 3-button standard and then the 5-button. And the 5-button is really nice to have. If you don't have it, I'm sorry you don't, but it's really nice to have. So hopefully that answers any questions that anybody had.